Hello guys, Bon here. Today we are going to be talking about Spirit Airlines. It is something that a lot of people have been asking me about, so let's go take a look at Spirit Airlines, see how it's doing, and is it the right time to buy yet? So today we are going to be talking about what is currently going on with Spirit Airlines, how are their books, how are their numbers, okay, and how are their charts, what is the current trend for them within the next few weeks to a month. Oh yeah, and if you guys like the content, please give it a thumbs up. It takes me so long to record and edit these things, okay? Please help me out by just clicking that little thumbs up. Okay? Alright, cool, thank you very much. Alright, so now let's talk about Spirit Airlines and see how it's been doing, okay? So currently right now, it is at $60.23, okay? It dropped 6.7% today. Obviously, they had this massive rally that ended in June 8th, and then since then, it's been a deep, very, very steep decline. Alright, so now let's talk about what's currently going on with Spirit Airlines. The first news that I saw that was pretty entertaining was that the DOT charges Spirit Airlines with hefty $350,000 fine. So DOT stands for the Department of Transportation. And the reason why they fined Spirit Airlines was because Spirit Airlines wrongly classified more than 1,000 passengers as volunteers when they were actually passengers who were denied a boarding pass on the Miramar, Florida-based carrier oversold flights. Now, the reason for this fine was because the budget carrier, which is Spirit Airlines, submitted inaccurate reports pertaining to passengers denied boarding for 6 consecutive quarters starting the first quarter of 2011. Apart from the levying fine, the department ordered the currently ZAC ranked third carrier to stop the practice going forward. So basically, they were misclassifying passengers as volunteers, probably because they wanted to get some tax benefits and not report as much revenue as they actually got. That is obviously a big no-no. And the thing is that they've been doing this for almost 2 to 3 years. So it's pretty funny. In my perspective on this, I think that is a smart yet stupid way to do things. The smart thing was that they actually came up with a very ingenious plan to rank passengers as volunteers so that they could, reduce some taxes. The stupid thing was that they only did it for like around 1,000 passengers, a little bit over 1,000 passengers. I mean, that over 2 years is almost nothing, okay? If you were gonna do these type of things, make it a big impact or don't do it at all, okay? This $350,000 fine, the reason why it was only $350,000 fine was because 1,000 passengers, like, it's not that much, okay? And you had to add a fine to it. So chances are they probably only made $200,000 profit from it. And the revenue every year for this is in the billions. So a few $100,000 is not gonna make a very big difference. And it was a good idea if they had executed right and really misclassified things. But if they're only gonna do that for a few $100,000, probably isn't worth it. Alright, and the next news is that Southwest Airlines may have just started a fare war. So as you guys know, all the airlines are suffering a massive crisis right now. But Southwest Airline is the airline with the biggest budget coming into this crisis, and they are the most likely to come out ahead after this thing is over. So this week, Southwest Airlines just announced a 3-day sale for fall travel, including a $39 one-way ticket between Houston and New Orleans, and $99 tickets between Houston and Fort Lauderdale. That's like half the country for $100. So obviously all the other airlines are on the brink of bankruptcy, so this could be a very difficult time for them, Spirit Airlines included, even though they are a very cheap alternative to the major airlines. They'll probably be semi-affected. Not as much as some of the major carriers, but they'll probably be semi-affected with this. Alright, and now let's check the TSA numbers to see how many people are currently flying in America. So as we look at these reports, we can see that currently, just as of yesterday, there are 623,000 people flying compared to 2.7 million people flying the same week last year. The trend growth is very good. People are starting to fly again. The growth of this is very good. The problem, and the problem is the cases in coronavirus is spiking up. I don't know how that is going to affect the airlines, but one thing I do know that it's not a good sign. With the recent spikes, it'll probably take a week or two before the airlines actually see some major hit in their numbers. All right, so now before we go to the predictions, let's look at the statistics because that'll help clarify some of our predictions. So first off, let's review some numbers. So their revenue for the last 12 months is around $3.75 billion. Pretty good. Their total cash on hand is around $900 million. Their total debt is $3.6 billion, which isn't that bad. They're actually on the same level as United Airlines, so it's not that bad. One thing that I want to point out to you guys is that the short of shares outstanding, it is currently at 21.8% as of June 15th, which is 2 weeks ago. So as of 2 weeks ago, their amount of short sales just rocketed to 21%. The reason why is it's pretty obvious, okay? I mean, right here on June 8th, it was at its highest peak. And then, since then, it has had a major drop. So it is no wonder why the amount of shares that is selling short is 21%. Alright, so now with everything going on, let's talk about when is the right time to buy Spirit Airlines. Now, before I tell you, I'd just like to give a disclaimer out there that this is my opinion. Make sure that you guys do your own due diligence and be comfortable with the prices that you are buying at, okay? If this is your first time looking at Spirit Airlines, you probably shouldn't be jumping in, okay? Look at it for at least a few days to a week. Check it out. Do your own due diligence before you buy. So, in my opinion, I would start buying Spirit Airlines in the $15 range, okay? Anywhere in the $15 range, that's when I would start. And when I buy the Spirit Airlines, I would only buy a little bit at a time. I would not throw everything that I have into buying it, because what if it goes down lower? And there's a very good chance that it could go down lower. Look at this 3 month, okay? It had 3 weeks. It took 3 weeks to go up this high. And then since this high, it's only been 2 weeks since then. Usually the fall after a really big rally is longer than the time it takes for it to rally. That's why you see this really big spike, and then the fall is likely going to take around 4 weeks to 6 weeks. I think that 3 weeks is a minimum for it to see any sort of flattening out and being at the bottom. So I think we still have another week left, which means that if it's at $16 now, it could go to 15, maybe even 14, or even 12. I do think that it could hit the $12 range at any given hour in any weird day. So it could hit 12, but I'm not saying it'll stay at 12. Okay, but I'd say start buying it around the $15 range, because it looks very promising that it'll hit the $15 to maybe even $14 range. So wait till next week to buy it, but I think that it is in the buying range right now. Start buying, I don't know, 5-10% of it, and then keep buying more if it keeps dropping more. Don't put all your money in at one time. So yeah. Alright guys, so that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you guys enjoyed the content, please give it a thumbs up, okay? It would really help me out. And please, if you guys haven't done so already, please subscribe, okay? I like it when people subscribe to my channel because it makes me feel happy. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.